Hello, this is Misha and Elijah, and this is Plenty Views, and we are here to talk about all things of the universe and everything that matters. Okay, so reflecting on our first video, which was dark matter and everything that matters, okay, the background of the universe, we want to go and take a step further and talk about the 7 universal laws.
Right.
Now, so if anybody hasn't seen the first video, we were talking about dark matter. Dark matter is a form of matter thought to account for approximately 85% of the matter in the universe. Okay? Dark matter exerts gravitational force, meaning that it draws other matter towards it, and there's so much dark matter that its gravitational force is enough to hold entire galaxies, like our own Milky Way. So, okay, now we're going into the 7 universal laws. Ancient Egypt, Greece, and the Vedic tradition of India all teaches these 7 spiritual laws of the universe, okay? And they all mean and want you to learn the same things. If you apply and align yourself with all these universal laws, you will experience transformation that you have never dreamed of. And it's super, super duper cool. So now we're getting into the lesson. Okay. We want you to understand the difference between immutable and mutable. So I want you to understand immutable, like the word immortality, right? It can't never die. You can't change it. That is just that, okay? And then mutable is like mortality. Like it can die. It ain't, you can change it. So immutable is like immortal. Mutable is like mortal. Right? That's very true. You don't have a soul, okay? Like it's separate. You are a soul having a human experience. Right? You want to get back to the immutable?
Yeah.
Okay, so immutable meaning they are absolute and can never be changed, okay? They have always existed and will always exist. Okay, the other 4 laws are transitionary, mutable, meaning that you can go beyond, to create your own future. Your aim is to master each of the 7 universal laws, and only then you can rise and above all the mutable ones, the ones that was so-called, you can't move them. You can't change them. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't, So there's actually a point where you can master all these mutable, changeable ones, the ones that you could kind of toy around with and play with, and you could go deeper into and study. And then you get to a point where the gods and the goddesses has gotten to where they have gone beyond these laws. So that's what that means. Then when it says your aim is to master each of the 7 universal laws, and only then you rise above the mutable ones. So that's what those gods and goddesses did that we learn about, So
this just crossed my mind. I heard that people think that it takes over like 100 years for someone to reincarnate. I heard people say that. years old, 5 years old, can't remember. He said he was a black teenager.
He remembered his past life.
Yeah.
That is also, we are still going in the same subject of being mortal and immortal, right? That's why we're talking about these laws right now. Because if somebody can remember their past life, that means in their past life, when they died, their soul went through a rebirth into a whole new life, and sometimes going And sometimes if you've gotten to a point where you can even remember your past life, that's on a scale, that's on a spiritual scale that we can't really fathom, right? But we do see that it's possible because there are thousands of cases actually of people remembering their past life. Okay, and remember they were saying that things like that, you know, you can't change and stuff like that, but we also see that there are limits that we actually can, you know, play with. We can go over. There's things deeper than what we think. So
yeah, that was really incredible though. He points out the person he was.
I've seen some of them. I have. So let's go into this, right? This is still we're still in the same point, right? The law of mentalism, okay, which is supposed to be immutable. It can't change. That it is what it is. Okay? That tells us that the all is mind. Like when we was talking about the black matter, the all that holds the universe is mind. Okay? Just like all of your thoughts and your manifestations, just like all the stars and the solar systems are in this black matter, is just like your mind. Okay? Okay? The all is mind. The universe is mental. Okay? That everything we see and experience in our own physical world has its origin in the invisible mental realm. Okay? It tells us that there is a single universal consciousness. Okay? It's called the universal mind. These are words that you should always look up. The universal mind, universal consciousness, physical world, mental realm. These are things that you should just let me Google it. You know, even if you don't feel like reading, like there's hundreds of videos where people is telling you about these things, and it is to open up your third eye, and your third eye is your mind. So, the universal mind from which all things manifest, all energy and matter at all levels are created by and is inferior to the infinite universal mind. Okay? So everything made and created in the mind it cannot be more powerful than the mind. Okay? It cannot be more powerful. It's inferior to its creator. You understand me? So let's think about gods and goddesses. They are still inferior to their creator. And their whole goal is they want to be this immortal being. You know what I'm saying? They want to rise above all of this stuff, you know? And they really can't. You can't, because once the universe is gone, it's gone. Even Thanos. Okay? There's no universe, there's no Thanos. There's no Thanos, there's no universe. You know what I'm saying?
The stones wouldn't be a thing.
Huh?
The stones wouldn't be a thing because without the universe...
You can't even have the stones to make his powers that he held, right?
Yeah.
So, your mind is part of the universe. Okay? If you have a mind, you are a part of the universe. If you ever are wondering about the universe, close your eyes and look at the universe. Or even open your eyes. And that actually takes a lot of skill when you can then see the universe. Let me tell you a trick that I do when I want to change my perspective. Sometimes my world feels very small and I'm just like a mom and I'm stressed out and I'm looking for a bottle of wine. Let's just be honest, okay? I'm like, yo. So when I'm driving, instead of looking at the cars in front of me, I look at the horizon around me. And then I imagine the roads ahead. I imagine the trees further beyond. And then I start to see the globe, you know what I'm saying, with my imagination. And then it makes me feel like I'm more than just exhausted. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It works. It does. I stretch my imagination further than what I can see. Like when I see a helicopter, and this is deep too, y'all. It's something y'all should definitely try. When I see a helicopter, and I've never been in a helicopter, but I put myself in the body of a person that's driving. I don't know if they drive a helicopter, they pilot the helicopter. I put myself in the body of that person, and then I'm now seeing it through my own eye. You know what I'm saying? Experiencing, you know, being a pilot in a aircraft. I'm gonna say aircraft because it just sounds really cool. The law of correspondence. If you don't understand the word correspondence, think of the word equal. Okay, equivalence. The law of equivalence. The law of correspondence. As above is equal as below. As below is equal as above. Okay, as above, so below. As below, so above. This means that there is harmony, agreement, and correspondence between the physical, mental, and spiritual realms. We said realms because there are so many realities that we live on. That's why we're able to change our futures according to our actions, because there are so many different realities. We're constantly picking and choosing our realities, whether we're aware of it or not.
Time travel, that's pretty much.
I time traveled yesterday. I visited 3 different times of significant moments in my life, and I actually went to myself as my spirit, and I gave myself a hug, and I was like, girl, you are the shit. Okay? Girl, dry them eyes. I was like, I love you. It's very important. I realized in order for me to get to where I want to be, I had to let go of a lot of things that was anchoring me to my own downfalls, you know? So, continuing the laws of correspondence, aka the laws of equalism. Okay, there is no separation since everything in the universe, including you, okay, originates from the one source, the all, the universe, with that is inside of the black matter. You know what I'm saying? The black matter holds these universes. Okay. The ancient Greek temple of Apollo was referring to this great law of correspondence or equivalence in the inscription, "Know thyself, and thou shalt know all the mysteries of the gods and the universe." Okay, in order to know yourself, you have to look in, and in order to look in, you learn about the universe. And once you learn about the universe, you're always learning about yourself. Okay? Everything that we experience with our 5 physical senses, sight, smell, sound, touch, taste, okay, is conveyed through vibrations. The same applies to the mental realm. Your thoughts are vibrations. These things are very important. Okay? Are you tired? Get it together. Okay? Alright? So, the same applies to the mental realm. Your thoughts are vibrations. All your emotions are vibrations. Unconditional love is the highest. Okay? Is the highest and most unique of emotional vibrations. Okay? And hate is the most dense and lowest of vibrations. Okay? You can learn to control your mental vibrations at will. Okay? This is true through what's called thought power. Again, I need you to look up these words. So you're just not listening to us. You can actually do your own research. Thought vibration, physical senses, vibrations, you know, what else is there? Emotional vibrations. That's a good one. If you look up emotional vibrations, That's a really good
We're
one.
going to tell you
And
about that
power.
in another video. We're going to tell you about that in another video.
Okay.
We are.
Now, number 4. Okay. The law of polarity. Polarity, right? Y'all know what that is? Back and forth. What's going forward must come back. Okay. What is it called? Karma.
Yeah.
All right. What's the saying of karma?
Whatever goes around comes around.
Whatever goes around comes around, honey. Everything is dual. Everything has its pair of opposites. Okay, opposites are identical in nature. Okay, but in different degrees. That's all it is. It means that there are two sides to everything. Okay, things that appear as opposites are in fact only two extremes of the same thing. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Things that appear as opposites are in fact only two extremes of the same thing. For example, okay, heat and cold. They may appear to be opposites at first glance, but in truth, they are simply varying degrees of the same thing. Right? Come on, we gotta keep it on. We gotta keep on. We gotta keep on topic here.
After this.
Okay, the same applies to love and hate, peace and war, positive and negative, good and evil, yes and no, light and darkness, energy and matter. You can transform your thoughts from hate to love, from fear to courage, by consciously raising your vibrations. This is what the ancient Hermetic teachings is called the art of polarization. Now look. This is a pendulum. Okay? Perfect example of polarity. Do we want to see how the pendulum works?
Yeah.
Y'all want to see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is how I use a pendulum, right? And this is connecting to your subconscious. This is not witchcraft. Okay? This is connecting to your subconscious. So also this is a connection, okay, to a spirit realm. The spirit realm. So I say, spirit guides protect me and spirit guides guide me and communicate with me, right? And as I bring my fingers down this here, I'm just connecting my vibrations with this stone. This stone is called Lord knows I can't remember right now. When I do, I'll put it in the description below. So I can ask a yes or no questions, right? Let's make sure it's staying still. First, let's find out what's yes and what's no. Okay? First, let me rest my hand. Get this thing straight. Am I a female? Hello. You see how it's connected to my vibrations? That means yes. Thank you, spirit guides. You can stop. So then it slows down and it stops.
First time I saw this, I just...
Am I a male? You guys is confirmed? I am a woman. Back and forth. So circle means yes. Back and forth means no. Sometimes you got to give it a little second so that it can get in tune with my vibration. Thank you, spirit guides. You can stop. Let's ask it another question. Am I standing up? Woo! I am not standing up. Thank you, spirit guides. You can stop. As you can see, I'm standing as still as I can because I don't want nobody to be like, she's shaking it.
And
all right, let's ask it a yes question. Is my hair curly? Woo! That's a strong yes. Them curls is popping. Okay. Thank you, spirit guides. You may stop. Boom. As you can see, energy, vibrations, frequency, all of that, very, very real. You can experience it for yourself.
Would you call that magic?
I call it magic. Okay. But you can also go on Google and see. You can see other women and men showing you how to use these things. You can ask it all kinds of questions. There's also boards where you have letters and numbers to get actual answers. And one day I'll make a video on pendulum and I'll ask it very specific questions. I've asked my pendulum on my board with my letters and numbers to spell my name, and it spelled my name. And I asked it how old I was, and it said 29. Okay? All right? So, all right, that was the law of polarity. Okay? Swinging back and forth. All right? Now, let's go to the law of rhythm. Again, something that I just showed you. You know what I'm saying? All right. The law of rhythm. Everything flows in and out. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall like the pendulum swing. Ah! Okay. All things rise and falls like the pendulum swing. Okay. Oh, yeah. I remember. This stone is called azurite. It's called azurite. It's a very, very, very strong vibrational stone. And then it helps me connect with my spirit guides.
I will be back.
No, you can't. Okay. So, we're going to get done. We're almost done. We're on number 5. Okay.
Let's try to get to 35 minutes.
Okay. Okay, like the pendulum swing, the measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. This principle can be seen in the waves of the ocean, the rise and fall of great empires, the swaying of your thoughts from being positive to being negative. Okay? And your personal successes and failures. Okay, the forward movement begins again and the process is repeated. All right, so here's a little tip here. I put in my notes.
I thought that was Japanese for a second.
Wow. Here's a little tip. When you feel the law start to draw you back from back to now becoming it says when you feel the law start to draw you back, do not become fearful or discouraged. Instead, knowing that you are one with the opponent being universal mind, for which nothing is impossible. Keep your thoughts focused on your outcome and fight to remain positive, no matter how far back this law pulls you. Okay, so when things are going wrong, remember that there's a absolute law that things has to go right as well. That's what that means, okay? So this is just the tide going this way. Remember, it's always going to go back this way, no matter what, okay?
You could still climb mountains. Just don't be afraid of the fall.
I'm very passionate about this. This is what things I need you to know, things I want everyone else to know, you know what I'm saying? Because life is a game, a test.
It feels like that.
Yeah, and it's like for real. And that's why you know people get so depressed, because a part of you feels like you came here for a reason, and then life make you feel like you ain't nothing at all. But most of us have this fight in our heart that says, yo, I F that. Okay, moving on. Number 6, the law of cause and effect. You see how everything flows? Like each one of them, it sounds like they're saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But there's lessons in each one. Okay? The law of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Okay? As above, so below. So every swing forth swings back. We're just, you know what I'm saying? We're learning the same things, just on different degrees. And that's what, just like life is all a vibration. Okay, it's different degrees of everything. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I would love to be able to help people understand, to, you know what I'm saying, help them understand their own lives, you know what I'm saying, better. I'm keep saying, you know what I'm saying, because I know y'all know what I'm saying. In accordance with this law, every effect you see in your outside or physical world has a very specific cause in your inner mental world. In this essence of thought power, keywords, okay, research them, thought power, every one of your thoughts, words, or actions set a specific effect in motion, which will come to materialize over time. So if you say things like, yo, I'll never win, or, oh my God, I'm not smart enough, or I'll never get this job, the sound, I will never get, you hear that, this is you sending these messages not only to the outside vibrations, but the inside as well. Okay, just like when you put the headphones in, you have this it's not just your ears, you can hear it in your brain. That's why certain music can make you feel a certain way.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Certain music can make you happy, certain music can make you sad. This is how strong words are, how strong vibrations are. You know what I'm saying? And even the fact that emotions are vibrations. Everything is vibrations. That's why I want everybody to understand what's going on around them. Okay? Because life is not just, life is not just I live and I die. Once you understand what's going on, it loses its power and gives it to you. Okay? Just like now that shadow in the dark isn't so scary once you turn the light on and see that it's just clothes hanging up in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Life isn't so scary once you turn the light on and you see what's actually going on. Okay? We're still on number 6, the law of cause and effect here. Okay? To become the master of your destiny, you must master your mind, for everything in your reality is a mental creation. Let me explain that, because I every time I want to, pack it up, it's just too many things to explain. So you guys bear with me. Pause the video if you need to. Watch the rest later. I understand this is going to be a long video, you guys, but, pause it, save it so you could go back to it. Or make some time that you could take an hour to understand a lot that's going on, okay?
This is for people that is sponge to knowledge.
Yeah, definitely is. Definitely is. So, look. Okay, I'm going to read this again. Okay? To become the master of your destiny, you must master your mind, for everything in your reality is a mental creation. Now, for people that love things like, I'm using this as an example, alchemy. Boy, anime fucked with alchemy. Crazy, right? Alchemy is so freaking fun. Everything is alchemy. Everything is alchemized. That's a word tonight. Y'all know I like my words. I'll create words in my reality. Alchemize. Can I get a pound for that one? Thank you. Wake up. Okay? Everything in our reality is alchemy. Okay? To make this glass. Don't worry about what's in it. To make this glass. I forgot what glass is made of, but I know they use heat. Sand. Okay?
Oh.
There's a lot of things that go into making glass.
Well.
Right. Don't just let's keep.
Yeah,
let's keep
melting
it on track.
and things like that. But
we understand that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's interesting.
It's alchemy combining two elements into one.
It's like making fire.
Okay. We use glass with nearly everything. Okay. I can name 6 things around me that has glass in it. All right. And that's just one example. Everything that my shirt, this fabric, they twine cotton in all kinds of degrees of temperature and everything to, you know what I'm saying, and these color mixtures to make this, you know what I'm saying, this fabric that I'm wearing. You understand what I'm saying? So, when someone invented these things, it's like a mental alchemy. And then when they combined this mental alchemy and they said that makes sense, right? And this is wisdom that's coming to you, right? And then they said, well, they wrote it down. They wrote this idea down. Write your ideas down. Okay, because when you write it down, your thoughts will keep going and keep teasing. And then that's when you create. Okay, you write it down, then you start teasing and testing things. And then it was like, well, what about this sand, right? And they was like, what about this heat? They tried it, that didn't work. They said, let me turn up the heat. They turned up the heat some more and it started making this clear stuff. They started turning the heat some more. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about that thing. You know what I'm saying? You create things from your mind and it becomes a reality. That is what they're talking about. It's not just dreaming. You know what I'm saying? These is our realities. We're just not paying attention. All right?
It's the same thing with like how people found out how to make, design, and find out how to make food, how to get milk, everything.
Exactly. It's all alchemy. Either you're wearing it, you're using it, you eating it, you're drinking it. It's all alchemy, okay? We just got to understand what's going on around us. All right, look. There's no such thing as chance or luck. Literally, everything happens for a reason because there are laws in place, okay? Okay, there are simple terms used by humanity in the ignorance, the unknowing of this law. Oh. Okay, so here's a tip. I had put this in the notes because it was a good tip. I want to give you tips. So, know that when you focus on your chosen goals with intention, using creative visualization, okay? Intention, using creative visualization is a form of mental alchemy, all right? That which you want to create in the physical world automatically manifested in the spiritual world. And with preservation, practice, and continued concentrated thoughts, it will also come to materialize in the physical world. Ain't that what I just explained?
Yeah.
It is exactly what I just explained. I did not remember that note, but I'd be right. I'd be so right, y'all.
Number 7 is going to be a whole video.
Number 7 is also going to be a video.
Because it's
Elijah's idea of this video. It's one of my favorite subjects as well.
It's going to be a big video.
He's going to be up and he's not going to be yawning so much either. But this is an hour video. We have 46 minutes. This is 46, 29, 30, 31. All right, I'm not going to. All right. The law of gender. Okay. And this has nothing to do with gender equality or this has nothing to do with
sexuality.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with sexuality. It's way deeper than that. And that's why I want to make this subject on this is a very sensitive subject because people feel like they're born in the wrong body. People feel like, it's like, and then other people feel like that's just a mental disorder. So this is a very good subject to hit on. Believe me. You guys are listening to me? Okay. So, look. Number 7. Now, again, this has nothing to do with sex. This is the law of gender. Gender is everything. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Everything in this entire world. Okay? We just spoke that's our next topic. Everything and everyone contains both masculine and feminine elements. Everything in this world. Okay? Among the outward expressions of feminine qualities are love, patience, intuition, and gentleness. Okay? That's all the feminine things we all go through. If you're a man, you have feminine qualities that enjoy love. And you understand patience. And you have an intuition. And you're a gentle soul. Okay? And then there's masculine. Those qualities are energy, self-reliance, logic, and intellect. And there's also women, okay, who got a lot of energy. We are self-reliant in a mug, okay? We use logic all the time, okay? And our intellect is just out of this world. Can I get an amen, y'all? Can we take a moment? Okay.
A lot of people say men are rambunctious. I can't say they're wrong.
It's not rambunctious, it's rambunctious.
Rambunctious.
Okay.
They're not wrong.
No, they're not. But there's also women, too, that's the same way. We got to get out of these. We're taught to behave a certain way, and we need to be taught to get to know ourselves.
That's a topic I'm going to get to in the video.
Okay, we are from the moment we're born, we're taught to trust these things, love these things, do these things. But really, what we should be taught is getting to know ourselves.
I'm going to mention that in the video.
Okay, so know that within every woman lie all the latest qualities of a man, and within every man, those of a woman. When you know this, you will know you will know what it means to be complete, to be balanced in your feminine and your masculine. Okay? Here's a little bonus before we wrap it up. You guys, you know I love you all. So you know I gotta put a little bonus in there. Here's the bonus. The law of attraction as part of the equation. The law of attraction is basic law of the universe which runs through the 7 universal laws discussed here tonight. Okay, it holds everything together. Can I get a man or a woman? All right.
A woman.
So, with that being said, I can't wait till our next topic. Okay, please like, subscribe, share. You know what I'm saying? Watch with your family. Watch with your kids. Us parents, we need to, you know what I'm saying, get these subjects out there. You know what I'm saying? We want to grow evolved super beings, okay?
We need to edit that part out.
Namaste from Misha.
I am Elijah.
And Elijah with plenty views. Okay. The all bless you all. Bye.